Hey everyone, it's Garrison here, and welcome back to the channel, or even the Patreon, where we're currently watching from. And today, I am super duper excited, because finally, I'll be doing my first listen / full-on album review to none other than Red Velvet's third full album, Chill Kill. Now, don't even get me started in regards to Chill Kill, the title track. It seems like, you know, when Red Velvet does have their comebacks near the end of the year, they end up automatically being on my top ranking or top like lists in terms of title tracks and both B-sides, because let's be real with ourselves, like they do not miss when it comes to their title tracks, and especially their B-side. So I'm really interested in how this third full album is gonna play out, especially seeing familiar names working behind the scenes and some individuals that I really love their music in terms of the works that they've taken part on and worked with other artists, and of course Red Velvet in the past before. And yeah, I really wanted to find the right time to fully provide my full attention and allocate them enough time to really do this album review. So keep in mind, this is gonna be our 2 or 3 part full album review in separate videos so that all of you guys can watch it on YouTube, of course. But hey, without further ado, let's just dive into the album review now. Alright, so the first track we have here is titled Knock Knock, Who's There Now? I absolutely love the titling of this track alone at first glance. Maybe you guys may be seeing this and be like, hey, Garrison, you're overanalyzing it. But I'm just saying in general, it seems playful already. I feel like sonically that might play out as well, playfully and such. And maybe a follow-up from Chill Kill, tackling a similar, you know, theme. I'm just putting out some guesses here, but I'm seeing familiar names all around. Jin by Jin, we have Ellenberg, we have Cassiopeia on the composing side of things, and these are really familiar names in the K-pop scene that I'm familiar of. Cassiopeia has worked with the likes of Everglow, of course Red Velvet, I think even aespa, a lot of SM artists and like huge artists and groups out there, and pretty much all of our favorites, you name it. Go check her out in terms of her profile and all. Same with Ellenberg, and then specifically added on that, the likes of working with Red Velvet or even Weekly, one of my other favorite girl groups out there. We have Choyun Kyung, everyone. My #1 favorite lyricist out there in the K-pop scene that's doing it right, because every song I feel like that she has written for lyrically, it seems like the lyrics tend to be sensical in a meaningful manner, or it's gonna really match the mood, or both. It's going to be meaningful and it's going to match the mood or theme and message that's trying to be portrayed and conveyed in that respective song. So I say this a lot about Choyun Kyung. She does a lot for the industry and all our favorite songs, title track, B-side wise, whether it be something like Ice Cream Cake or Perfect 10, you name it. But let me bring up Knock Knock here. Really interested in how this one's gonna play out, and let's go. Ooh, I'm liking this. Quite haunting, like chilling start almost. Oh, Sogi. And that bass and just the distortion going on here. Woo! Wow, Joy! Really picking it up here. I want to play. Ooh, Wendy here. Just with the pre-chorus. That's gonna build into something, assumingly. With some risers here. Woo! Oh my goodness. Just the straightforwardness that I'm getting in their vocal direction is everything with these aggressive strings. on my shoulder. Oh my goodness, this verse 2 is Sogi though. I'm gonna chase you again. Wow. Whoa, really? Man, the lyricism in this song is incredible yet. The vocal work is so smooth, languid with it. This is truly the Velvet side to Red Velvet, guys. Woo! And notice the beautiful ebb and flow in terms of the movement to the song. With the orchestral work too. These dark and monotonous. What is this bridge though? Excuse me? Oh my goodness, that is such a Red Velvet bridge. Like, they're gonna play with ya, yet exceed your expectations. But at the same time, that bridge was so fitting for this song in itself. Great piano work too in the works. Now, before we get into weird music with these lyric videos, and keep in mind these lyric videos can have loss in translation from time to time and all, but you know, I feel like this song really portrays that excitement, that curiosity, that discovery of wandering into the unknown. And you could also link this towards our lives, our journeys throughout life. You know, you don't know what to expect next. All you can do is really anticipate what's gonna, you know, occur quite possibly. But also at the same time, with that being said, sometimes curiosity does kill the cat, I've got to say. And there's just that thrilling feel that really is done sonically in that song that really matches with the lyricism that's being done. See what I'm saying? The people who have worked with Red Velvet in the past before, the individuals like Cho Yoon Kyung, doing it right in terms of the lyrics. But yeah, it's really talking about like those possibilities, but also there are some potential consequences attached to that at the same time. But I like that added playfulness between this dark, monotonous, and ominous approach to the song, right? It's vocally done in a smooth, playful kind of manner. Some of the instrumentation is playful at times, but then it becomes really dark with it, with the distortion of the bass that's done. Like, it's almost like you're twisting and trying to dry out like a wet towel almost. It's giving off that type of feeling, you feel me? Everything's being wrenched out and all to a T. And yeah, the fact that they took a specific genre and influence that I'd like to mention here is this dark ambiance kind of genre to it, where it has this ominous kind of instrumentation, right? And it has these thrilling tropes that are, you know, are really unexpected, between the synthesizer work and some other elements and instrumentations that I was talking about earlier. Oh my goodness. Like, if if there is a group that can really do genres so well that are not oftenly used in the K-pop scene to like really well. It's Red Velvet. But at the same time is like I like how this track follows up after Chill Kill, because if you think about the concept, you think about how the storyline played out in the music video. For those who remember my reaction and review to the music video for Chill Kill and all, with all the members and that family portrait that was in the living room and all, and how the cops and all the events came into play and all. Don't want to talk too much about that, but we want to stay on track here in regards to Knock Knock, Who's There, because this song, oh my goodness, is so velvetly, like plush, yet so fun to listen to, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole blown journey, and this is truly the Velvet side to Red Velvet. Like, who's here with me on that note? Because I feel like not only it takes this very dark sound, like dark concept type of sound, with the genre and influence that I was talking about, derived from like about the 1980s, around that era, if I recall correctly, last time I've covered a song that used that kind of influence and genre approach and all. Yeah, like this is so Velvet by Red Velvet. It's smooth, it's languid, like I said. Oh my goodness. I love the nice bounce being done from the strings. And then there's a little bit of fun keyboard piano work, and then there's this knock that's done ever so slightly here and there throughout the song, not overdoing it and all. In a way, you know, like vocally, this can be quite alluring with it. It's not like this song is, you know, trying to be that, like that kind of manner, you know what I'm saying? But that's the other side of, you know, Red Velvet's Velvet-based type tracks. You know what I'm trying to say here? You're gonna get a combination of smooth vocal works that can be alluring. You can have a dark concept and approach that is more so aggressive, compared to their Red tracks that are more so poppy, bright with it, fun with it. Don't get me wrong, this one's fun, but it's fun in a different kind of ominous, dark husk kind of manner. Love the ad-lib work here, the follow-up, the playful ad-lib work here adds so much depth to the song. I can't emphasize that enough. Deep inside. Woo! Wow, joy here though. There's that knocking again. Great string plucks here. Remember I was talking about the plucks, but now they're done in this regular kind of manner. It was bouncy before, and that extra added bounce can be done with the other instrumentations that are occurring in the song, but I love the string plucks here. There's a knocking again. Woo! Really aggressive, like synth string work coming into play here. Knock knock, open up the door, right? Like there's that, you know, open up the door, right? I really want to find out, you know, who's there, you know, I want to find out what's next, right? It really gives that off with the knocking before we get into the drop of the chorus. So that playfulness and added cleverness in not only the lyricism, but also the song itself. That's how cohesive this song is. It's cohesive 110%, that much. On my shoulder. Notice also tone-wise, right? like how they are delivering these lines. It's not so linear, right? It's different. There is that nuance to it throughout these lines, right? A lot of emphasis on got a devil, but then notice this: hone in, lock in here. Got a devil on my shoulder. More so light with it. There's less emphasis on my shoulder compared to got a devil, and I like that. I like that. Now this verse, right, I love how it's done in this ascending and condescending kind of manner, right? It's really cool. Or ascending and a descending kind of manner. And this is one big point that I want to make here, because like, I remember covering ATEEZ's latest album, and this is relevant. I say this is going to be relevant because there's only few groups, and more so artist groups, I would I would perceive Red Velvet as an artist group, not just any other group, because when it comes to their works, right, there are these details and there's these things that, and these tropes and moments where it's like, okay, they're working something that tends to be off-putting in the K-pop scene. Bra, skirt, you name it, you know what I'm saying? These automatopoeia sounds coming through. But like this bibbidi bobbidi boo, perfectly fitted, like a perfect fitted glove on a hand in this song here. Like, it works, it sticks, and the timing of it is perfect. Like, when I first was listening, it caught me off guard a bit, but it was so smooth with it that it wasn't off-putting, or others that would say, quote-unquote, cringe, right? So it's like, I like that implementation, adding that extra playfulness with the bibbidi bobbidi boo, you know what I'm saying? Listen to that distortion though. There's synth strings being held, or more so singular synths. Probably singular synths. Some more plucks going on here, string plucks. Knock, knock, open up the door. I like that adrenaline. I like that rush that I'm getting, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love that adventurous kind of feel that I'm getting. That's what I'm getting here with these lines, right? That right here. Wait a second. Yeah, that... So bittersweet. That right here. Oh my goodness, the details here. Now we're hearing more so those synth strings coming into play during this bridge here. Wow, wow. The moment I open the door, another door, right? Wendy! No, she's not gonna hit it right away. Bring it down. That A. Woo. Oh, the vocal flourishes here. And the snapping. I love how we wrap it up with Joy too. Very fitting with her one-of-a-kind vocal color, but also with the roll down of the piano there for that added dramatic effect to just put the cherry on top here. Oh my goodness, what a way to kick off this album. I don't even know if I'm one song in, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna survive throughout this album, because we're off to a brilliant start. Not only having a really well-produced song, but a meaningful song simultaneously. And when you got both of those two things and factors coming into play, oh my goodness, your quality of music is on whole different levels. And that's always been the case when it comes to Red Velvet, and I can't emphasize that enough. Another thing that I was gonna say earlier when I was forgetting about it in the moment, I was talking about the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo, right? The likes of Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo, but also the fact that they didn't go to like use like trap percussion heavily, because I feel like any other group, right, our artists out there, they probably would come through with that distortion, maybe a lot of 808 bass, really even more heavier kick drum snare work, and overdo it with trap percussion. And the fact that there's this perfect ebb and flow balance that I was saying right from the get-go upon first listen. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's been a while since I've covered B-sides by Red Velvet, quite admittedly, because of life things, to be fair. But I'm so glad to be back here in my chair and just being blessed by Red Velvet so far. So with that being said, let's get into the next B-side now. Alright, so this next track is titled Underwater. Now, a lot of fellow Revel Loves and Revel Loves IRL, my friends IRL, have been hyping me up in regards to this song. Usually when that ends up being the case, I end up really loving that particular song to the point where it ends up being my favorite song off of that respective Red Velvet album. It just has that it factor to it, that je ne sais quoi per se, you know. But for Underwater here, I'm seeing two familiar names. I'm gonna have to familiarize myself with the other individuals and people working behind this track, of course. But we got Bowen from Jam Factory. She has worked with many of my favorite artists, whether it's artists under SM, groups and artists under Hybe, of course, and something additionally that I would like to mention, she has taken part on working with the likes of Dreamcatcher and their song Mayday, a beautiful masterpiece of a song, I've got to admit. We also have Deez. Deez has worked heavily with pretty much all SM artists, if I recall correctly, and also one of my top favorite solo artists and legends out there, Taemin. We're talking about, you know, Advice. We're talking about Move. We're talking about B-sides that I absolutely adore by Taemin himself. So, you know, I'm expecting a lot because everyone's hyping me up, and also I'm seeing familiar names, and I'm sure I'm gonna either have my expectations met or exceeded, probably exceeded. But I'm going to make sure the volume's good here. I got it up. Keep in mind, like I said, loss in translation can happen. Color-coded lyrics can be wrong. But let's go. Ooh. This intro was sulky, though. Whoa! I did not expect the song to pick up like that in the Yiddy with verse 1. Ooh! I love the kick drum snare work in this song to the 808 claps. Ooh, the snapping here. Where's this headed, though? Wow. I don't even know what to say anymore. my! What? I'm drawn to gravity. Wow, this is a really kind of passionate type of love type of song, yet it's more so of a reciprocal kind of relationship and love, more so, for sure. It's not one-sided. Oh my goodness, the delivery here, the vocal execution by Joy here is everything. I love it. Oh my. I love Joy's voice, her vocal approach to this song, but then all the members, just how they bring it together here, it sends, like it's sending me to a whole different planet and universe. Oh, the vocal work is just so angelic and majestic with it. Round and round. Ooh. Oh my goodness, Wendy. Bring it back. Woo! Oh my goodness, from the harmonization, the vocal flourishes, how they work off each other in that song. Oh my goodness, there is a lot to say about this song. I was anticipating for the weird music to come in for these lyric videos that I do not like when they do it, and all because they have bad intentions. But hey, let me stay on track here. This has to be, if there was an exact category for B-side of the year, this would be B-side of the year, y'all. Oh my goodness. I can totally sense D's influence on this song, but also, man, just this sort of like delivery in this sort of passionate love and like kinship that I'm getting that's being portrayed, like, of course, obviously sonically, but lyrically, where I feel like we gotta take it a bit of grain of salt, where we can't really take it like word for word because these are translated lyric videos and all. But the main point is, like, this is expressing about a longing for each other, one another. We're talking about a relationship that's very deep with it. It's very deep, a relationship that's very meaningful, not like a friend type basis or level by any means. We're talking about another significant other one who actually loves them back. You know what I'm saying? And would do the same things for and support them reciprocally. And that's a rare type of song to really tackle. I can't emphasize this enough, everyone. Like, there are so many songs out there, and I don't get tired of those songs, mind you, where it's talking about one-sided love. Oh, I like you. Or it's like a breakup, or, you know, this other person has been cheated on me or whatnot, or it's like, I'm happy to see you move on type beat type level, but nothing like this that is very passionate and talking about a beautiful, like, connection that is meaningful, right? How one another really rely on each other just like that, you feel me? So, you know, the fact that they did that for this song, but like come through in a very mature kind of manner is everything. Now, before y'all yap and say, hey, something's going on with the lyrics, right? Like I said, you got to take things with a grain of salt, translation-wise. But also, we're talking about Red Velvet. They have matured over the years, and they've grown not only, as, really strong, independent woman that's have been super duper resilient through it all, through this industry, and we know what they've been through ever since the beginning. For those who saw ever since the beginning how everyone was against Red Velvet, I can go on a whole documentary rant about that. But like, they have matured not only that way, but also their signature sound where they're able to do something like this, right? No one's gonna make a debut and do something like this right off the bat, duh. But like, I'm just trying to say here, Red Velvet can do this. And at the same time, not everyone can do this, right? And if they try to do this, either one, it's not gonna fit them because they're probably too young, quite middly. And on the other hand, right, they're not gonna be able to come through with that kind of alluring feel that needs to be done in this song. Like, this song is so tailored to Red Velvet. It's that tailored to Red Velvet. It's skin tight tailored to Red Velvet. Like, I can't emphasize that enough, right? No one can do something like this. And this is another, side to Red Velvet that is so velvetly smooth. This is the Velvet to Red Velvet. And it makes me curious, is this going to be a full, velvetly, like, felt album through it all, whether it's something in regards, something dark with it, or something that's, smooth with it in terms of instrumentation, sonically and vocally arranged and all. Now, how this was arranged vocally was so beautiful, I've got to admit, because at the beginning, we get, misled quite massively, right, at the beginning with the intro. But then once we get into that verse 1, oh my goodness, it just really puts you on a whole different planet, am I right? And don't even get me started with the chorus. And then the follow-up of the post-chorus that makes things so smooth with it, even though at the same time with those sections alone, really blow your mind. Quite literally. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of process in this song. Okay? We are gonna have to go through this song bit by bit. I don't even remember the last time where I've been this shocked by a particular B-side. Probably it had to be back in the day when I was covering Red Velvet super duper heavily, and I'm gonna have to change that now. I'm gonna have to cover Red Velvet super duper heavily yet again now that I have the time. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it was from Solgi's intro, and then we get in verse 1. Man, the chord progression, but that, like, how Hailey jumps on the beat here, right, on the drop. Just from the ticking of the hi-hats, right, the 808 claps, or the kick drum snare work coming into play instead of the 808 the 808 claps that I was talking about. That kind of combination, oh my goodness. Yeah, that kick drum snare work goes crazy with it. So pretty much what I'm getting here is that our love is very deep and meaningful, really deep down there under the water, right? Remember the feelings so you can take your time. Oh my goodness, Seulgi. Seulgi too on this track popped off. Who am I kidding? All of them popped off. And I can't emphasize this enough. This sort of push and pull. This like push and pull and tug. You know, vocal tugs that occur in this song is unbelievable, because once we get into it and we bring all the members together, right? This is where, you know, that gravity type of push comes into play, right? And then oh, that dipping of the bass there. They pull us back. Give us some breathing room. But it seems like yet again from the first B-side to this one, very atmospheric with it. Obviously, different genre usage, R&B coming into play quite heavily, right? See what I'm saying with the vocal tugs? It kind of, like, I sort of want to go deep with it and really think about, like, we're almost like one together, right? Like a body of water, like a lake or river, right? Our love is very smooth with it, right? We rely on each other, right? And we're just one together. We can't be separated, right? If you think about it, that's really cool. That's really cool. Oh my goodness, Joy. Yeah, this moment. Wait, that was Wendy? Hold up. Bit of joy. The more and more I listen to this song, there are a lot of layers that there's only one Wendy in the industry, and every time when she has a part or like a soul possession type moment, obviously I've told you guys in the past before, or you can tell I'm super duper Wendy bias. Not only due to the fact that, you know, fellow Canadian, but like I always gravitate to main vocalists in groups. But obviously, you know, all of Red Velvet can truly sing. They got them vocal chops. But other moments that I really want to emphasize about is this O moment, right? Notice how all these sections, such as like the post-chorus, it just, everything is so smooth, everything is cohesive, nothing is off-putting in a bad kind of way. Maybe it's off-putting in a surprising kind of factor that you do not expect and anticipate of what's going to happen next with these twists and turns that occur in this song due to the beautiful vocal blending and vocal layers that are done simultaneously when it switches it up with the drops and all, on that push and pull that I was talking about, and the vocal tugs that occur in this song. It's crazy good. Oh my goodness. Up and down, round and round. Love that layer there. Very passionate in the singing, a little bit soulful with it. Yeah, those 808 claps. Taking the hi-hats. Yeah. And it really goes to show you their voices, their one-of-a-kind voices really complement each other. And when they bring it together, oh my goodness, it just seems like it's coming from one angel. Oh my goodness, what a song, everyone. Underwater. Underwater is that song. It is a masterpiece and a half, right? It talks about that deep and meaningful connection. It talks about this love that is very passionate, and it's reciprocal, and that they rely on each other, and how much impact that they have on one each other. Like, I have so much impact on your life, you have so much impact on my life, you know. But like, there's that, you know, want and desire that continues to be known in this song about, like, I want you to stay close with me, you know, I don't want you to go away, right? This is an incredible masterpiece of a B-side where I feel like, oh my goodness, I would go crazy for a performance for this song. If a performance happened, be sure to let me know, guys, when the time comes, because I'm gonna be all over that performance video, checking out how the choreo would play out and how everything would play out. Regardless if it's just stand-up mics, like, I just love, you know, all the performances that we get from Red Velvet, because they really express themselves really, really well. But let's get into the next B-side now. So this next track is titled Will I Ever See You Again? I like how this proposes a question. Maybe they're gonna lean more towards the red side to themselves, you know what I'm saying, per se. But I'm seeing familiar names all around, of course. On the lyric side, we have 153 Jumba's collective that keeps on expanding and expanding when it comes to their individual songwriters and producers, you feel me? Because it seems like they've gotten new individuals who have recently worked on incredible B-sides and title tracks here and there. B-sides such as With Cha by A-Pink that I covered in the past before last year. And of course, My 808, that was a fun song by Kiss of Life. But also, I'm seeing Lee Suran on the lyrics. That's another huge lyricist and individual that I really admire in terms of her work. She has worked heavily with the likes of Weekly, a lot of SM artists, you know what I'm saying, has worked with Kepler quite heavily, pretty much throughout majority or all of their eras, if I recall correctly. I just mentioned her a lot throughout my album reviews and all. But hey, Will I Ever See You Again? Let's see hear, I should say, what this song is truly gonna be about and how it's gonna play out. I'm gonna make sure the volume is good, and let go. Ooh. Seems quite bright compared to the other tracks. Unfinished Greetings. Ooh, I love how the vocal work is done with the effects of like vocal effect work that makes it have this like distant feeling effect to it. Ooh, the strumming here though. Joy, where's this headed though? Oh, I like how they brought it together here from Joy. That was a really cool lead-in into the chorus, which is more so instrumental heavy with it for sure. We'll meet again. There's a little bit of relatability to this song, at least for me, because I feel like it's talking about wanting to cherish all those memories and special moments in life. Say what I say with moments. Maybe about a significant other one, a friend. Wow, that electronic drum kit roll down there. Great synthesizer work. Oh my goodness, this keyboard work, this like house keyboard work is really cool here. Oh wow. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Will I ever see you again? Oh my goodness, the yearning, the desire and passion that I'm hearing in the vocal work is everything. Limbashi. Woo. And just like that, it's over. Will I ever see you again? Definitely, leaning more towards the red side from Red Velvet. But you got to admit, this song has a lot of moments and sections that you gotta admire and recognize. At least for me, this song, yeah, it's so straight to the point along the sentiments of like longing another individual or significant other one. And it also proposes this question, will I ever see you again? So there's that uncertainty. Will I actually see you again? Are we going to have to meet through fate again? Or we will see each other again? It's really wish-washy, you don't know until all you can do is really, truly hope. But also at the same time, there's a lot of that expression along the lines of like, hey, I want to hold on to every bit of single memory. I want to cherish those times. I remember providing that message to someone in the past before. In fact, it has happened again. But, ends did not meet, unfortunately. But that's what I was saying. There's a little bit of relatability. In fact, I feel like all of us can relate specifically on the ends of, wanting to cherish every single memory that has happened in the past before. And because those memories, those times of events that were made with another person, it doesn't have to be a significant other one, it could be a friend, has left a positive impact on your life, where you stand today. Wow, will I ever see you again? I love how straight to the point it is, instrumental heavy with it. I love a bit of that vocal reverb, effect coming into play where in most moments, the likes of Wendy, likes of Solgi, where you can hear their vocals being very distant and like sustained throughout this song, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is a nice song, this is a lovely song to enjoy here and there. It has the right tempo to it as well, and it more so really takes this like pop dance track route with it. So definitely different from the other tracks, but I like how it takes a turn on this album here. Love the snapping. Unfinished greetings, yeah. I mean, it really goes to show you Lee Suran's like influence in terms of the lyrics. Like, she wasn't the only lyricist and individual on the lyrics, mind you, but I can tell when Lee Suran or all these lyricists and individuals that I've mentioned across my album reviews, their kind of influence where it's like, oh my goodness, like these meaningful lyrics and these lyrics that are alluding to something, you know, I get it, what you're trying to put down, right? There's that penmanship that I absolutely love, but when you tailor that towards Red Velvet and have things stuck like that together, it's a beautiful sight to see. It's a beautiful thing to hear as well, am I right? And also, you know, beyond that, you know, the fact that these lyricists like Lee Suran has worked beyond artists within SM. We're talking about even the likes of course, JYP and NMIX, right? So it's like, I love how that range is being shown from them. I just want, that's a side note there, but a lot of synthesizer usage in this song, quite admittedly. A little bit of house keyboard work, but I like the strumming here. Provides this little bit of a groovy moment here. See what I'm saying? With the distant reverb vocal effect work with Joy here especially. Will I ever see you again? It reminds me of one Red Velvet collab. I'm gonna have to search it up after this on the second go through, but the point is, arrangement wise, I like how it's very straight to the point. You know, there's no like crazy build up. Like, it's a clever lead in initially from Joy to all the members, right? Now we got this verse here. Orbiting, we'll meet again, you know? We'll meet again almost like it's fate, right? Because our story doesn't end here, surely, right? But there's still that unknown factor. There's still words to be spoken from each of us, from on both ends. I love that almost like wood block work there. And the roll down of that drum kit work is immaculate, everyone. I love that transitioner. Done in a stomping, thudding kind of manner when it comes to that bass work. Yeah, a lot of synthesizer work, electronic elements coming into play. Almost like vocoder work here with the members. With the house keyboard piano work. Woo! Oh my goodness. Woo! What song was I was thinking about? I'm gonna have to search it up on my Spotify. Not only once, but twice with the again. Oh my goodness. It's a nice steady bop to listen to for sure. It's not a headbanger, but like, I like this melancholy feel that you get in this song. And nostalgia at the same time. That nostalgia and melancholy feel. Ooh, I'm a sucker for songs that really do it well like that. You know, that combine the two feelings together. But which song was I really thinking about here? Let me go to my Spotify. I was in the back in the day when Yeah, that one track, Diplo, Ellie Goulding, close to me, but that was more so upbeat, more bright, not necessarily melancholy like Will I Ever See You Again, but I like it, you know, when you got a lot of electronic elements coming into play for Red Velvet. But if there's anything I've said in regards to Red Velvet and the K-pop scene in general, never take away orchestral work in your music, please. Clearly shown earlier with the first tracks in, a lot of orchestral string work, whether it's digitally done or, you know, someone came in, like a violinist came in or something. Like, I love orchestral work in music, but don't get me wrong, at the same time, I love songs that, you know, don't go over the top, over grandioso with it and utilize multiple genres, because I find that too much for me, right? Too over jarring, right? So this strikes a nice, beautiful balance and pretty much only takes this linear route because there is this straightforward message that is being put out in this song. But hey guys, let's get into the next track now.